Paul McCullagh here, Willie's trainer. Paul, tough fight for Willie, but he came through it.
Yes, indeed, it was a hard enough fight. He had to be right for it. Jason Booth was last fight against Galahad. He had only 10 days to train for it, but this fight here, he had 9 weeks to train, and he'd seen in the fight, it was because Willie was in his face all the time, and credit to Booth, he stayed there the 12 rounds.
Willie was never in trouble at any stage within the fight. Were you looking for the stoppage, or was it just about getting the win?
I think it was the 9th round when he had him on the ropes. I thought he could have stopped him, because Booth wasn't returning, and he hurt him then, so I thought there was a possibility in that round it could have happened, but after that I just thought they just had to go and win the rounds to start.
You've been doing a fair bit of work with Willie, looking at kind of changing his style, more boxing. Where is that, do you think, in terms of progress?
Well, actually, when we got out of the ring and we come in the dressing room, it's not a time for coaching, but I just said to him, son, you have to learn how to shorten your punches. Punches were waves at times, and that wastes energy. And he's a good puncher, and if he shortens his punches, he'll have more power. He just seems to throw wild shots sometimes when he shouldn't be doing. And another bad habit he has is he throws left crosses and leaves himself off balance. He doesn't come back with his right hook.
So do you think it's something that he can, obviously, after this fight, come back into the gym and working on that stuff and continue to progress him?
Oh yeah, it's always progressing that point. If he listens and he does it, you can take a horse to water, you can't make it drink it. I've been coaching him on it, and it just hasn't happened yet. And if he does click onto a few things that he should be doing, he'll be a lot better to bring his boxing up leaps and bounds. Sometimes you hurt someone and he's stepping off them. Stepping out when they're hurt, and he shouldn't be stepping out, he should be staying just his distance and doing it. But Rome wasn't built in a day. He's not the real come forward, square on fighting Willie Casey anymore. He looks like a world type of a fighter now, class fighter now.
I suppose directly connected to that question, this win puts Willie back in there. Yeah. Them changes you talk about, would they need to be sorted before he maybe face the likes of Carl Frampton or Kiko Martinez?
Most definitely, yeah. You have to really brush up on all those sort of things,
Yeah, where do you see them? Do you see that down the road? Where would you like to see Willie go, I suppose?
Well, Willie Casey's in the prime of his life at the moment. Willie Casey will fight any of them, you know what I mean? Put it up and Willie Casey's there, you know what I mean? If guys think they've been avoiding Willie Casey because of his style of fighting, because he comes to fight and he comes to win, you know what I mean? He'll always be there, so he's not the type of a fighter that people want to be taking on when they're up in their game, you know what I mean? They don't want to be taking someone who's going to give them a hard fight and not be dangerous to them, I think Willie's capable of beating him. I think Willie could beat him on his night, because Willie's got a great engine, as I've seen the other night, he has a great engine, and he can keep second fighters, he can actually box better than what he boxed tonight. He boxed better in the gym than what he did tonight, but that's gym fighting, you know what I mean?
Do you think the fact that he's had difficulty getting fights, there was a cancellation, this fight was a result of a cancellation on another show, he had to go up to featherweight, go to Denmark, he lost that fight. Do you think that's all kind of had an impact on his confidence?
I don't think it's harmed his confidence. I think actually at Denmark fight he learned that, because he realised that when the bell went for the 12th round, he could have done another 12 rounds. He says to me, Paul, I can do another 12 rounds. I says, well, that's the whole point. You have to do it before the 12 rounds, so you have to work and go and get it. Because after the 7th round, his opponent was hurt in the 7th round, and I said to him, I says, now, Willie, this guy's beat now, so you got to go and second him right now. And he didn't do it. He stepped off the paddle, and he never done it. Although I thought he won the fight. But afterwards, his manager and his trainer came out. We were sitting out in the stadium watching the fight, and he walked over to us. He says, we found it very hard to get him off the stool for the 8th round, which proved my point. What I said to Willie, I says he's a beaten fighter now, and Willie stepped off the paddle, whereas if he had stepped on the paddle, he might have stopped.
Last question for you: does the Scott Quigg, Kid Galahad, Kiko Martinez, Carl Frampton, if you had to pick one of them for Willie at the moment, who would you fancy?
I fancy fighting Kid Galahad.
Considering how he, looking at his fight against Booth, it'd be an interesting fight.
It'd be an interesting fight. Or Scott Quigg.
And he was over sparred in Scott Quigg, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So that would be an interesting one as
We'll
well.
be up for it, no problem.
Okay.
Willie Casey, arrive on the night if they want him.
Cheers, Paul. Thanks very much.